Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Hmm. That's okay, because should be right here. Yeah. Rock and roll, rock and roll. Yo. Let's see. If I wanted to play. We will find out. Hello. Hey, Meg and Sparky. You may need to turn your computer audio on? Let's see. Hey, Meg. Hey, Meg. Are you able? No. Try it. Cool. 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 Try. Try. Are you using computer or smart device? I cannot hear you, Sparky. You may try down on if you're on a computer. Are you guys using computer or like smartphone or iPad? Try clicking the down in the left-hand corner. There's a little microphone. There should be an up arrow with audio settings. If you click that, oh, who am I hearing?
Hello?
Yes,
This is Sparky.
Sparky.
Sparky,
Hey, buddy, did you figure out the audio?
can you hear the dogs?
Yes, I hear the dogs.
Okay.
That's awesome. So now we still need to get Meg going here. I wonder if we can. Sparky, what did you do to get your audio going?
I clicked on that little arrow that you said. It popped up a set. The top one said select a microphone. So I checked off microphone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone else, Meg and Clint, in the lower left-hand corner, there's a little microphone. Oh, we get someone else in there. There's a little microphone. Press the up arrow, and then select what your input will be. It says select a microphone. I'm gonna message these guys real quick.
Hey, sorry about that. I was getting that up.
Oh, hey, Clint, cool. Okay, so now we're waiting on Meg, seeing if she can get stuff figured out. Here we go. Meg. So Sparky, where are you hearkening from?
From Chicopee, Massachusetts.
Oh, all right. Massachusetts, cool. And Clint?
I'm from right here in Cedar Park, Texas.
Oh, sweet. Do I know you?
Yes, you do. I go to
Clint.
St.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I do know you.
It's okay.
I'm thinking of another Clint who lives in San Antonio, and you're the one that's posting all. You're like, I don't know if this shows up in your feed, but in my feed it shows up as you're a rising star in your posting. So just so you know, the group admins are watching.
Hey, cool.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, is that Meg?
Hi, this is Meg.
Oh,
Hiya.
sweet. Hey, Meg, you figured out
I'm
your
just having a
audio?
couple of issues.
Nice. Way to go. So
Got there in the end.
are you all none of you are trying to do video as well, just audio here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's so
Got no makeup on, sorry. Not happening.
Oh my gosh. We got Shane Adams coming in here with us. Okay. You guys, I'm gonna get this thing streaming on Facebook now. Let's see. I think maybe it is streaming on Facebook now.
Says it is.
Yeah. If you can check over there, it looks like it's streaming. It's like there's a super big lag. So I'm gonna. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm just getting all this stuff set up, guys and gals. Okay. So now going back over here. Okay. Shane, are you there, buddy?
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, Shane, this is great.
What's up, fellas?
I can hear you. Oh man, we got all kinds of people coming in. We got Sparky, Meg, Clint, Glenn.
Hey man,
Where are you coming in from?
I'm in Tempe, Arizona.
Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah.
And Shane, where are you at today?
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
Dang. And then we got Caligulus. Oh, is this?
You've misspelled it like 3 times now.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Where are you coming in from, my friend? This is Robert, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I recognize that voice.
Yeah.
Okay, man, this is awesome. I think what I loving about Zoom is it allows for call-ins. I think the video conference thing is a little bit like freaky for some people. So happy to have everyone here. This is awesome. Okay.
Rigel, did you want us to turn on our videos?
Yeah, if you want, you are more than welcome to.
All right. That's my lovely brown face.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
How did you even do that?
So in the lower left-hand corner, there's next to the microphone that says mute, there's a little video thing. Press the up arrow there. Yeah, what's up, Clint?
Hey.
And hey, Glenn.
Oh, there we go.
Oh man. Okay, this is actually really helpful for me to like put faces to names.
Yeah, for sure.
Glenn, where are you at? Where are you coming from again?
I'm cleaning my toilet.
Oh, damn.
All right.
Okay. Toilet. And what part of the globe is your toilet?
No, I live in Arizona. I'm in Tempe right now.
Okay.
I've been a lot of different places, but I'm a music teacher, so for most of the year I'm here, and then summertime I start trying to find other places to be.
Yeah. Very cool.
That toilet's a thinking throne. Don't lie.
Oh man, it looks like we have Evan joining us as well. This is a great little group here. I was only expecting like 1 or 2 people, so awesome. So congratulations, guys, on like doing these 100 days with me and all of us together. It is a challenge, and this is about the point. I've done this 4 times now, and this is about, I'm looking at my very first 100 days here. This one right here. And I would have stopped about 3 days ago. And then the rest of it was just kind of a trickle. So way to go.
Wait, so what is it? You just like kept a chart to keep track of what you were doing on those days, or was that the goal setting?
I made that chart retroactively because I was kind of interested in kind of being rigorously honest with myself about how I actually did on the 100 days, and just kind of like having a place to improve from. Because I think there's a lot of pressure to like do it perfectly the first time. And when I look back on it, I was like, yeah, I really only got about 20 days in a row. And then I kind of went back to my normal, maybe work on it a couple times a week. So just, you all already know this, but 100 Days of Songwriting is a community of composers, songwriters, beat makers, lyricists, who want to create a daily habit of songwriting. And we practice this by sharing our daily work for 100 days at a time. And my mission, which hasn't really changed from the first time that I started, is to create a safe and encouraging environment for people to explore, explore my own creative process and build confidence in that process and get over the fear of sharing my stuff with other people. And for me, that's looked like developing a sense of control. Like, it's not all just up to the creativity gods to give me a song. Like, there are things that I can do to kind of force the hand of the creativity gods. And like, it's been really helpful to have, like, to practice those starting points, those entry points into songwriting. And then I had a couple other things here. It's also helped me get out of, what's up, Evan? It's helped me get out of the isolation of perfectionism, which is kind of this this all or nothing mentality. Like, I'm either going to do this perfectly, or I'm not going to do it at all. And having this group has really, like, it's just tamed that feeling. So I can just actually focus on songwriting and not focus on this like emotional baggage. I still have plenty of emotional baggage, trust me. But I think that's the healing power of the group. I
totally agree with that.
The more that I share and realize that everyone's just like, hey, good job, way to go. Like, the more I'm like, the sting of sharing stuff is lessened, and I can just share stuff and not worry about it. So
yeah, you get a bouquet of thumbs ups.
No, yeah, bouquet. I know you're gonna be getting a bouquet of thumbs ups in this group, So okay, I want to do a little icebreaker, and I wrote down a couple, but I'm just gonna have to choose one. I could either go really deep, or I could just kind of go. Okay. If this is the icebreaker, if a movie or TV show was made of your life, what genre would it be, and who would play you? Anyone is welcome to just jump right in, or I can kind of kick this off. Any takers?
I think mine would be a screwball comedy.
Okay.
You know, like in the 70s, like Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise, like traveling the country in an ambulance, and just like stuff happens to them, with the sheriff chasing them, Smokey and the Bandit. But I'd be played by like the guy from what was his name, Scott Bakula.
Is that a real movie? Like they're traveling the country in an ambulance?
Yeah, it was Cannonball Run.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a great song. Oh man. Okay. Who else? I have to figure out this order thing.
I could go next.
Yeah, why don't you go next?
I'm thinking. My instinct was to say my arrogant self would probably play myself in this film. But maybe also while I'm sort of thinking outside the box, make it a VR film so that the person watching it is the person who's experiencing all these things. Who knows what would happen?
Wait a second. What? Wait, the person who's watching it is the person who's experiencing. So it's.
Oh, one of the VR movies, like Hardcore Henry.
Yes, Hardcore Henry.
I don't know about these things. God, I'm like, you guys are way cooler than me.
I'll have to share a link later.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can do some cool stuff with VR. I've often wondered about like filming music videos with binaural stuff and.
They did a VR version of Rock Band recently.
No shit. That's awesome.
Oh, Karina is chiming in from our live Facebook feed. She said her genre would be a romantic sci-fi, detective thriller. I think mine would be actually like a Pixar movie.
Better not be the beginning Up.
Wait. Complete with Randy Newman doing the soundtrack?
Yeah, and Tom Hanks would maybe, but I would be like the sidekick, I think. Like I would be the Buzz Lightyear, and who's going next?
I'll go.
All right.
Okay, so I think my life would be an awkward comedy starring Jake Gyllenhaal and narrated by Ryan Reynolds.
Oh. Damn.
Nice.
Hey,
What does it sound like, though?
What's it sound like? Oh, well, see, the thing is, there's all these places where you expect there to be a laugh track, but there's just nothing.
I like that.
That's very like post, I don't know, Art Deco.
kind of a British take on that too.
Yeah. Evan.
Yeah. For mine, I think it would be something like a Coen Brothers film, which would have comedic elements to it, but probably like, some weirder, quirkier elements as well. I don't know who would necessarily play me, but something like that. Kind of like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, but Evan Easley, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Who else wants to go? Sparky?
I can't even compete with everything that's been out there. Mine would definitely be an adventure comedy. Probably Melissa McCarthy would have to play me.
Okay.
All right.
Nice. Adventure comedy. I think that would be mine too.
Rigel, you could have Jason Statham playing you.
Jason Statham?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
His is smooth. I think Rigel's scalp is smoother though.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Meg!
Hey.
Oh, it's working now. Yay.
Hey, did you figure it out? You got it. You're
Yeah.
here. Wonderful.
It took a while.
Cool.
Hi.
Hi. What, Meg? What sort of movie would you be?
Probably one of them where you think it's supposed to be a horror, but you just end up laughing all the way through because of all the stupid stuff.
Oh, so like Evil Dead, Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Yeah, just at the moments where you're like, should I be crying or laughing right now? Because you're going to end up laughing at how bad it is.
Yeah, I just watched Vice and had a lot of those moments. Like, I don't know if I should be laughing right now or like throwing my
like don't laugh at a funeral kind of laugh. Like it's not a good laugh.
Yeah, like I'm the only one laughing and like all right. And if anyone was like a band nerd, I was in the percussion section and we never like we're like the back of the bus and we're always talking with each other and they'd be doing warm up and getting the band ready and then the conductor would like stop all the music at once and we'd still be talking. So that was kind of my life maybe. Okay. Does anyone else did we miss anyone here? Anyone else? Let's see. Is there anyone on the Facebook feed? I think this Facebook feed is up to date here. Looks like we're good there. Well, right on, guys and gals. So I'd be interested. I mean, all I really want to do today is kind of like everyone get to know each other, kind of figure out what's working, what's not, what I can help do to facilitate this better. And I'm loving your cup. Modus operandi is dial awesome and break the knob off. Yeah, dude. Oh boy.
I'm glad that I can just do chores while I'm chatting with you guys.
Yeah. So again, I want to hear from everyone. What's working well for you? What are you enjoying about this 100 days? And feel free, whoever wants to jump in first.
I've just been super motivated this whole time. Whereas typically, like, as much as I want to be like the Leonard Cohen type who can work all day and then eventually come up with something just outrageous, I can't typically do that. I have to kind of wait for it. But getting into this flow of like setting time to do this every day, I've been so productive about pretty much everything related to making music lately that I feel like even if I'm not writing anything like super profound, just getting in that habit has been so helpful.
Dude, that is so good to hear.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Shane, you got something to say? Hey, by the way, y'all, Shane is a Berklee School of Music professor who I took a class from, and we laughed our asses off. I mean, we have a lot of shared potty humor. So we've spent many hours on the video conferencing chat stuff. And Shane, if you're still available, he agreed to do a little songwriting session at some point during this 100 days, which would be amazing.
And with that, I'm out of here, guys.
Just on the spot, hey, Shane.
Who's got two thumbs and is awesome? This guy.
Yeah.
No, you know, I love talking about songwriting. You know, and I love how this group keeps me motivated to write every day. It's been my experience working. I have a production company in Nashville, and I've been teaching for Berklee for a long time, 17, 18 years, and literally have worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songwriters at a pro level, amateur level, and the biggest thing that's changed for me, I've worked, again, working in the music industry, is output counts more than quality. Believe it or not, that it's more important to get stuff out, to be writing constantly, than it is to like only be working on 2 or 3 songs and making sure they're perfect. I think I told Rigel this, that it usually takes, I think it takes about 6 songs out of every 6 songs you write. And again, this is what instead of being empirical data, this is, anecdotal. So no double blind studies. This is just like my observation. Yeah. But it takes about, so out of every 6 songs, 3 of them are going to be kind of mediocre. And then you'll have 2 like really great songs. And then there's like 1 song that, like, for whatever reason, it just transcends Earth and Buddha and Jesus and, chakra, everything just aligned. And you have that one just like really amazing songs. And so I've grown to like not fear at all the mediocre songs. And, because I know that once I get those 3 out of the way, that there's 2 good ones coming, and then you get to that special one, and then what I have my clients and my students do is for the mediocre songs, you're usually able to mine those for melodies and for chord progressions and that kind of stuff. The 2 songs, if you write it professionally, they're great. You can shop those to other people, and then you always save that amazing song for yourself. And so it's just a matter of getting through those 6 songs and getting that cycle and repeating that over and over and over again. And then you just never play the mediocre songs for anybody. And you're like, he's a genius. And you're like, yeah, I know. And like nobody knows it. Like, yeah, there's like back catalog of mediocrity.
Yeah. Well, and that's Shane. I mean, I think you were probably one of the inspirations for this group, because I know you talked about that in the class that I took from you quite a bit. And I mean, that's kind of what this group is for, is to be able to like just dig through our shit with each other. It's like, sorry, I have a potty mouth.
Cheers to digging through.
Yeah. Well, I'd be curious to hear.
It's manure.
I'd be curious to hear like what people are struggling with, like what are some of the roadblocks you guys are experiencing?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get to that question, but first I want to hear what people are enjoying, and then that's the next question around. So what else? Who else wants to go? What's working well this time around? If you've done multiple 100 days, or if this is your first time, what are you learning about yourself that you like, or what are you enjoying about?
I'm enjoying seeing everyone's creative perspective going in a flow. I'm not doing anything different. I'm still doing the same thing I was doing since day one, but I enjoy seeing other people's perspective, see how it can influence mine.
You are like a rock, Robert.
A rock.
Oh, thanks.
I agree with what Robert was saying. Like, it's no matter what kind of motivation you might have personally, just seeing others around you contributing makes so much of a difference. And I think that really helps, makes you feel like you want to keep going as well. And you can be influenced or inspired by what others are doing. So that's been really cool. It's just seeing that level of participation so far.
And building off of that, like, because I think that's going to be kind of a universal thing, is everyone's suddenly seeing, oh, all these other people are posting things and they're getting likes, and I like this. And, it's kind of cool to be able to realize that other people are looking at your stuff the same way you're looking at all theirs and listening to theirs. And while you may not hear the quality in your own work, everyone else is just getting this entirely different perspective of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of mind-blowing, actually. And I probably don't really take the time to realize every moment, every view that I have, like someone's actually taking time out of their life to listen to a little snippet of what I'm doing. And I think that's really valuable for sure.
Yeah.
Who else? What are you enjoying about the process so far? Meg, Sparky?
I'd say the sense of community that it's got. That's what I've been enjoying, because I'm alone here, really alone, in the sense that there's nobody I know here. I'm from Liverpool, by the way, just in case you can't understand the accent.
Where are you from?
Liverpool.
Oh,
England.
Liverpool. Yeah.
Home of the Beatles. So if you can't understand me, sorry. But yeah, I just feel like I don't really know anyone. This is the second thing I've done in 2019 already. So it's that sense of community that I'm really enjoying. I haven't done much writing because a lot's gone on, but it's kind of pushing me forward. I can't speak these days either, so I'm going to mix up my letters as well. But yeah, that's what I'm enjoying.
Oh, that's so good to hear. I mean, that's really my my goal with this group is mainly just to build it. I mean, I started this because I wanted like a musical community, and I've been very like inspired by community building stuff for the last probably 10 or 15 years. Like neighborhood stuff. Like I'm trying to build communities everywhere around me. I was in real estate for a long time, quit real estate to be in music, and now like the community thing is just still following me around. So I'm so glad that that's resonating with you, because that is actually like at the end of the day, that's where my heart is with this.
Yeah, your big goal, your end game.
Yeah. Sparky?
Well, I also like the sense of community, and I'm a founder of 2 songwriter groups here in Massachusetts, and you know, appreciate hearing what other people are doing. And I haven't posted anything, simply because I'm really working more on learning the digital home studio.
Yeah.
But I'm writing like a fiend. I'm writing every day, and you know, when I look at what other people are doing, you know, it makes me think about, okay, can I write something like that? Or how does that compare to what I'm writing? And it helps trigger other ideas. So I appreciate that part.
Yeah, that's so cool. And Sparky, you know, everyone is at a different level in this group. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who we don't even see likes or anything from them, but they're there and they're either signed up on the email list. Like I have an email that goes out to like 130 people now. And it's like, it's in the periphery of their consciousness. And like those of you who are actually posting, like this is like the inner sanctum. Like you've like crossed over, and it takes a lot of courage to do that. So I really applaud you guys for just showing up to this conversation and posting your daily work. And Sparky, you know, you're welcome to, like, if you have you know, just like you can take a photo of work you've been doing. You can just say, hey, I did some writing today. I'm not comfortable sharing it, but I did something. Or I didn't do something. I thought about writing, but I didn't get to it. There's no like right way to do this. We're all building a habit in our own way. And we're all at different points in that journey. So thanks for being here, for sure. Who else? Did we get everyone for the what you're enjoying about this question?
Do you mind if I piggyback?
Yeah, piggyback.
So what you just mentioned about just like posting a little bit of media, even just like posting a little sound clip or posting a little something to show what you're working on. I've been going back into the things that I've put into this group, and I've been putting those on my social media accounts, and my social media accounts are booming because of it. And it's really cool just having like small little live clips. Hey, here's what I'm working on today. I'm doing this songwriting challenge. People are super interested in that. They want to see what you do in your raw setting. And I feel like I'm seeing new followers on Instagram like all the time. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, you are absolutely spot on. And that was one of the original impetuses for doing this. Was I wanted to like have more content that I was sharing, because I mean I'm full-time musician now. I'm trying to figure out how to do this, and like people like to see what's going on behind the scenes. It's like interesting, and then it's like maybe they see some part of that they can do, and they're like, oh, maybe I should do this, you know. And it's like if you have more people who are kind of like thinking about music and appreciating the musical process, the more it's like better for the music industry. I feel like just raises the bar. So keep posting it. And you guys are welcome. If you have like a personal, music band page or something, what I do is I post first to my band page and then post that to my personal page and then post that to this group. Because what you post in the group, you can't post to a public space. So I first posted in public space and then posted to the group. And y'all are welcome to do that. And if you are trying to build a following, like people who are really like what you're doing, they're gonna like it even more. The people that are like annoyed by you will stop following you, and you don't need them. So the next question is what Shane was getting at, and Shane, I was actually thinking about you when I wrote this down. Is just like, what challenges are you having? What are you struggling with? What parts of your personality are emerging in ways that you weren't expecting? What's challenging right now? And I'll just start us off. Something I noticed, I got to take a night off from the family, and I went to some cabins in a state park not too far away from Austin, and just spent the night. It was like a creative retreat. I brought my keyboard, I brought some journals, and I just did songwriting, went on walks and stuff like that. And on my ride back, I was thinking to myself, like, I tend to get like done with verse 1, and then I try to be clever, and what ends up happening is I end up getting complicated, and I'm not smart enough to unravel like the complicated stuff that I'm trying to say, and I end up like starting to glaze over and losing focus. Like I notice myself just losing focus a lot when I'm songwriting, and it's like I get kind of exhausted and distracted. And so I don't know what the solution for that is, but I think maybe like simplifying what I'm trying to say, and then making like a little tweak somewhere in the song that's like, oh, that's maybe interesting, but not like jumping into the like deep interesting pool first, but like jumping into the shallow end. I don't know. I lose focus, and it just like sucks up all my time. So that's something I struggle with.
Okay, jumping off the back of that then, something I struggled with before seeing the 100 Days of Songwriting, because what that was making me do was go, I've given up on everything. And it's kind of, you've got to remember what was the point of me starting this song to get that focus back. And it kind of, those 100 Days of Songwriting for me has sort of made me think, I don't have to write a full song in a day. It doesn't have to be finished right now. I can come back to it. So weirdly, it's not a challenge. It's a challenge I had. And now the more that I've thought about it over the past couple of days, it's been like solved in a way. Yeah, it's a weird one.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a weird one because that was a challenge, but I've kind of like come to see it for what it is, in the sense that just remember what the point of the song was, and then come back to it. If you're getting stuck, come away, and that's okay. You have 100 days to come back and do it whenever you want to. Admittedly, the past 18 days, I think I've done 3 full days where I've actually done something, but it's got me thinking about it, which is part of the problem up here for me. So that's funny that that's your challenge that you're finding, Jordan, but I found that before it. So that's a weird one. For me, it's the time and the focus to do the 100 days, which is why I wanted to do it every day, because you need to make the time for it. And by making time for songwriting, you're actually making time for yourself, which is, I think, as people, we never do. We always go, we've got the jobs, we've got the kids, we've got this. Despite Disney teddies, by the way, I am an adult. But Like, you make time for everything but yourself, and yourself is your songs. You are putting yourself into your songs. Maybe that's partly why you can't finish them sometimes, because there's a story that you're trying to tell that you haven't finished yet. And that's where it gets all convoluted and messed up. And,
Yeah.
I'm very good at explaining things, by the way. Just in case you're looking at me going, she's crazy. Yeah, I am. Best way to be.
It's kind of fun just hearing you talk too.
It is.
I can go on for hours. I don't shut up normally.
Oh man. Other challenges. Thanks, Meg. Other challenges.
I feel like my biggest challenge is so one of the rules I set for myself that I didn't post publicly was that, you know, I wanted to start a song and then I don't come back to it till the end of the 100 days. Like I just want to get like 100 stubs out as fast as I can, and something that sounds good and good enough to publish. But the challenge I'm running into is that I keep having like these comfort keys that I keep writing in. It's like, no, I need to expand out of that. I need to start writing in other keys, you know? So I'm stuck in all these minors when I really should be able to write a few majors, you know? And I keep getting caught up on, oh, well, you know, this riff is great. I'm just going to reuse it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Glenn.
I think for myself, it's kind of, this 100 days has been similar to the ones I've participated in before, in that it takes me a little while to get into routine. But I am a fairly routine-based person, so once I get there, I'm usually fairly good. But for some reason, I just haven't felt like I've gotten fully into that routine yet. So I've had to somewhat force myself more or less to stick to the rule and make sure I'm posting stuff and so forth. And it's probably just more a mindset thing than anything. But yeah, that so far that's been my struggle so far, is just getting into that routine in the first place.
Yeah, cool. Thanks,
Evan,
Ed.
I'm 100% with you on that. I think my biggest challenge so far has been finding, like, do I do this first thing in the morning? Do I do this later at night?
Yeah.
And trying to figure out the best time to actually like get in a good routine. And like I started a couple days late, so there've been a few days where I've done it like in the morning and again at night. Yeah, finding out what my routine has been sort of finding out what my routine has been sort of an interesting challenge, because I don't think I've ever really followed the same formula. I guess I have to some extent, but yeah, not this vigorously.
Cool. Thanks, Glenn.
I think for me, like it's always tough, like realizing like there's like it would be so much easier to be like a genius. You know, like Stevie Wonder, like I sit down like, oh my gosh, that's, you know, that's so amazing, you know, but like whenever I sit down, it's like, hey, the old mediocrity pops right, like, hey, how's it going? You know, and just kind of working through the mediocrity to something that's good, and I feel like my output can be good, but it's like, oh, hey, again, like, hey, mediocre man, how's it going? Like, I'm doing great, and it can be frustrating because sometimes, you know, genius man does pop up and is like, oh, it's so good to see you, you know, and you come up with something good. I don't know. So that's something I struggle with, mediocre man.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Shane. Any other struggles out there?
Posting my work.
What'd you say?
Posting my work and my
Posting your
progress. I don't, you know, I go quiet at times, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I should start posting again.
Yeah.
Some things, you know, I sit down and I just write a full thing out too, but I create more out of necessity. Helps with mania. So yeah, I guess I'd be struggling. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Cool. Thanks, Robert.
Yep.
Who else?
Well, for me, it's a matter of trying to not use the same keys, not use the same chord progressions. So I've been trying to use different modes and try to listen to other music that I wouldn't normally listen to kind of shake things up in my head. It's easy for me to write a story. It's easy for me to do the lyrics. But then when I try to put it all together, that the music part of it is where I get tripped up and I get very frustrated. So then I go back and start writing more lyrics.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Thanks, Sparky. Okay. So Shane, not to put you on the spot or anything, but do you have any kind of last off the cuff thoughts on what I heard was there's kind of like comfort keys, sounding the same basically, and finding a routine or anything else that you heard, struggles that you have like immediate thoughts on?
So the best thing you could do is just whatever you're writing about. If you put "in the rain" at the end, it sounds amazing. Just the biggest catch-all. They'd be like, "He's a genius." I'm like, "I know. I don't know."
Oh God.
Does that mean mediocre man in the rain will sell?
Yeah, brother.
Mediocre man in the rain. Genius. A couple quick tricks for getting out of the. And then I appreciate you asking for this. A couple quick tricks is it's so silly because what you're creating moments for yourself where you have the potential to do something new. It's how like you're fishing. We're not really writing songs when we sit down when we don't have anything. We're really just kind of fishing, and then for some reason like a chord will stick out or a phrase will stick out or and we're like. And we have this gut reaction, this shot of endorphin that goes like, oh, I could do something with that, and we don't know why we can do it. We just like it's a gut feeling, and it's like our compass all of a sudden becomes a line. It's like I need to go in that direction. But I do the same thing. Whenever I sit down at the piano, the first thing I play is like, oh, like D major 7, like that's the only, and I'm like I have no idea, but it's a habit. Going to your favorite songs, revisiting the songs that you love, and even taking a chord progression from one of your favorite songs and flipping 2 of the chords. I'll do an exercise with some of my students where we'll take like 4 chord progression that has 4 chords, and then we'll either flip the middle 2 or flip 2 and 4. Or and it's kind of weird. It puts you in that vein because it's already something you like. It's already something that's inspired you, but it'll put it off just enough to get your compass going in a different direction than what you're normally. So if you're doing like let's say you like a journey. Right, just a small town girl living in a lonely. Right. So if let's flip the flip like the second chord and the last chord. So it's D, A, B minor, G, and so I'll go D, G, B minor, A.
Wait, hold on. That becomes an entirely different recent pop song when you do that.
It's like every pop song. It's every pop song. Or another kind of weird way to do that is actually if it's an open chord progression, I'll actually eliminate the last chord and put the first chord at the end. So instead of here's Journey, right? So I'm just going to end it on the D chord. So and can you see it? Like it gives it just a little bit of a different, a different vibe. And if you think about like how many songs do you know and love? Like there's literally thousands and thousands of songs. And just when I'm stuck, just diving into my favorite songs, and looking for a melodic riff or a chord riff, and just taking that little snippet and changing a little bit can open up huge avenues. So that's I don't know. That's a quick chord tip.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks, Shane.
I'm really inspired by you guys. I really am. Like I love sneaking in and seeing what I need to post. I feel like kind of lame. I'm not posting. I'll always be like, oh man, Glenn's doing something cool. Or like, oh my gosh, that's kind of cool. And it's really inspiring.
Yeah, I'm inspired. So awesome. Those are mainly just the kind of questions I wanted to ask while we're here. And then I wanted to go over a couple of things, kind of logistical things. So just a couple logistical things in the discussion feed. Okay, I'm going to try something here. Okay, I'm going to try sharing my screen, and you just tell me if you can see it. Okay. Can you see this screen?
Nope. Just see your handsome face, buddy.
Okay, so now we're gonna go, let's see. Looks like, wonder if anyone else can't come in here. Okay, so we're at the 100 Days of Songwriting page, and like something that started super frustrating me is I couldn't really, like I want to kind of check out what everyone's doing and at least like throw them a like or just be like, hey, I really like this verse, but the algorithm doesn't do it chronologically. So like I just kind of see whatever Facebook wants me to see. But there's this little place that if you go down to this, and this is super confusing, but it says new activity, and you click that and click recent posts, new activity, recent posts. I mean, really? But if you click recent posts, this orders it chronologically. So you can, yeah, and I'm just gonna go ahead and approve these guys. So did you all see that? If you switch it from new to recent, then you can actually see stuff chronologically. And that way you can kind of keep up with people, and it's not so overwhelming.
It was a little annoying that it was showing stuff from like last year or the year before that, when it's like, wait, this is supposed to be like this week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's confusing. Which brings me to another another comment that I want to make. I've noticed several people, Glenn, you were one of them, are doing the 100 days cumulatively instead of like with the group. So they're kind of like posting their work like, we're on day 20 today, but if you've only done 7 or 8 days of songwriting, you're counting like the actual days that you've done songwriting. And one of the things that does is it it makes things a little bit confusing for the rest of the group who's trying to like kind of figure out like what day are we on again. So it can add a little bit of confusion. And what else was I going to say about that? And it can also be, I just want to give you permission to all you who are doing that to just skip some days, because as you can see with my 100 days, my first 100 days right here, I started skipping lots of days, but then when the 100 days was over, it was done, and I like partied because I got to the end of 100 days. And my fear is that if you are trying to do a literal 100 days, that you will actually never finish and just kind of get burned out. And I want us all to be like partying at the end of this 100 days. But it's really up to you. This is just a, I'm granting you permission if you so desire. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
I'm getting so close to being caught up.
I know. Well, okay.
Like
Well,
2 more days of doubling, and then I'll
Yeah.
be caught up with everybody.
Okay. Well, I trust your abilities, Glenn. But there are
Let's
other
make it
people who are
meaningful.
like nowhere close to being caught up, and it can turn into this like spiral thing where like, I mean, it's hard enough to do the work as it is, but then like if you also have this mental baggage of like being always behind, then it can like really just, it's like, well, I gave that a shot and I'm sick of feeling like a failure. but Glenn, I have faith in you. I have faith in you.
Thanks for your permission to skip a few days.
Yeah, there's a life preserver hanging out there with a rope attached to it if you need to just jump. Okay. And then also for anyone out there who's a producer, I know we have a number of people who are producers in the group, and I have been very rigorous, if you will, in kind of like encouraging them to post like what they're working on, because a lot of times producers will come in and, I mean, most songwriting groups that I've seen out there are like places to promote yourself. And that's not what this group is about. And I put a lot of energy into making sure that it doesn't become that, because then it's just annoying and like nobody's being vulnerable and it attracts like critics. And I don't want that part of this group. But there is a way for producers to participate, and that is like if you're working on a final production of something and you give like a 10 or 15 second snippet of something you're working on, and then like a before, and then a 10 or 15 second of the after, and kind of talk about like the little tweaks that you made or the reverb or the just like nerdy musician stuff, like then we can appreciate the effort that you're putting into it, and kind of appreciate the production process, because that's like a whole nother world that's actually kind of an art form in itself and can be really cool, and get your gears thinking about like, oh man, I can do that with my song. And that's really like, this group is just about like kind of getting the gears going. I mean, I noticed in the last couple 100 days, I remember like sometimes these themes would pop up in the group, like in songwriting, in like lyrics or whatever. I'd be like, oh, we're kind of like talking about home right now. Like this like sentimental, like kind of home theme. And we're all going to influence each other. And I think that's a good thing. We're all going to influence each other. We're all going to unwittingly steal from each other. And, if there's something that you really don't want stolen, just don't post it. But it's kind of like, I think, like, can you own the sun, man? Like, bro, no, man. Like, music is like free, man. Except when we want to get paid for our movie royalties. Anyways,
I mean,
okay.
I'm convinced that, you know, no one's going to want to steal my particular flavor of, you know, John Mansell style, you know, composition, you know, like it's not, that's not what people are here for. So I'm not really worried about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are worried once they actually see what this group is about, but I have had people kind of like not want to share stuff because they don't want it stolen. And I get that. That's a real issue. Okay, so I think, are there any like suggestions, questions y'all have, things that could be better?
Kind of addressing the producer point that you just made. So because like I have about an hour and a half that I usually set for myself for my 100 days.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want me to take like screen caps of what I'm doing while because I may start doing that, I guess, now that I've heard it from that side. Just because I'd rather take, you know, I'd rather take those screen caps afterwards if possible, because, you know, it's like I don't want to interrupt my flow, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that's something that you would like to see more of, I'll try to make a point of doing that.
I'm not putting you in the producer category, just to be clear. The way I'm sorry, and maybe I don't know what a producer is exactly, but I'm thinking of someone who's taking someone else's song and making like mixing and mastering type adjustments and adding effects and arrangement ideas and stuff like that versus like the actual songwriting process. So the creativity daily work for a producer is going to be very different than a song, you know, somewhat different than a songwriter, but maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes I do a lot of sessions with Logic and I'm like tinkering with stuff all the time. And then other times I'm just sitting at the piano or a guitar or something. Yeah, but if you end up like going back during this 100 days and retweaking some of your songs, you might pull like a clip from the original and then a clip from the final and be like, hey, this is kind of what I did. Check it out.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on. Any other suggestions, questions, complaints?
And
Sorry, go on. That's just a late night joke for me.
I was just gonna say, man, I appreciate you doing this, Rigel. This has been a blast, man. It's been really fun, and thank you for facilitating.
Yeah.
All of us crazy inmates.
Dude, it's fun. This is fun. I am like very pleased with the turnout. You never know with these things. Like I was just kind of like hoping for maybe one other person that I did for a little bit, but I got to you call crazy fools here. So awesome. And Shane, are you open to doing a little song?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Maybe around like the 50-day mark.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Because I'm thinking that would be another time for a meetup, and we could kind of all check in again, and maybe you could give us a little wisdom.
You know what might be cool, again, going with that thing of like, here's what I'm struggling with. Can you start a thread?
Yeah.
On the side, say, hey, here's what I'm struggling with, and we can just see what we can hit. That would be. I appreciate the opportunity because, like, I know all you guys are like, who's this idiot? You know.
Yeah. Well, I haven't I don't know all of your accolades, but there's like Nashville Hall of Fame. There's like this dude rolls with like the big bros.
Right, man.
So
No, it'd be fun, and start that thread. What are you guys struggling with, and whether it's melody or chords or lyrics or developing like whatever it is, and we'll just we can do like a ask AMA ask thing or
dude. Awesome. Well, you guys and gals, this has been fun. I'm super excited, super pumped to keep doing this with you guys. So
nice to meet y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna sign out here. Y'all have a killer weekend, and I will see you on the 100 Days of Songwriting group. Na, 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 in the rain. In the rain. All righty. See y'all later.
Hey, Jimmy. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.